Ma asaba min musibatin. Nothing happens, no affliction, no calamity can happen. Fil arde wala fi anfusikum. Neither in the earth, no natural calamity on a wider and larger scale. Wala fi anfusikum. Nor in your own persons, personal affliction, personal ailment, and so on. Illa fi kitabim min qabl an nabraha. But it has already been written in the book, and that book is the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before we make it appears only at certain time, in the time and space complex. But actually in the knowledge of Allah, it was existing from ever. And ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ. And this is very easy for Allah. It might be incomprehensible for you. It might be impossible. It might appear impossible to you. Inna ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرٌ. On Allah and for Allah is very easy. What should be the result of this knowledge? لِكَيْ لَا تَعْصَوْا عَلَى مَا فَاتَكُمْ. You shouldn't be grieved. You shouldn't feel sorry for what you have lost. وَلَا تَفْرَحُوا بِمَا آتَاكُمْ. And don't be over glad, very happy on what He gives. Some money has come to you, some gain has come to you, something beneficial has occurred for you. Don't be very happy. And something you have lost, don't be very much grieved. Actually, from this I want to make one point. It's absolutely natural that some effect takes place. Something which is pleasant physically, well, there will be some effect on human being. If something is painful, there will be a reaction. So the natural or physiological reaction, that is absolutely different. But to have the grief and sorrow and why this has happened, it should not have happened. And one feels very happy, very delighted, over delighted on some gain. Well, this, actually, if I place before you the example of a pendulum is swinging. The more iman you have, the less will be the swinging of this pendulum. And the more you are away from iman and you are not having the true knowledge, the swinging of the pendulum will be great. You have some gain and you are very happy. The pendulum has gone to that extreme. There's some loss and you are very much grieved. The pendulum has gone to that extreme. But the more and more you have knowledge of the realities of this universe, the more and more you have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more and more you know that everything that is happening is for me as a test. Actually, this whole life, which we are passing in this world, it is for testing. خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. If He has given something me, He is testing me. If He has taken something from me, He is testing me. So both conditions are of testing. So less grief on loss, less delight on gain. The more you have iman, the more you have the deep understanding, the more you have the faith in Allah, the pendulum will, the swing of the pendulum will decrease. But there will be some, effect, which is physical. If something pleasant has happened, some sort of delight. And if something unpleasant has happened, some physical effect, some reflex action would take place. That is negligible. Second point is that although we know that whatever has come to me, it has come from Allah, but there are the agencies through which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent me this thing. Now, if a person has committed something wrong, it doesn't absolve him from his responsibility. He is punishable. You have the right to have qisas. That is this other aspect. Because for social, life, there must be qisas. The criminals must be brought in the book. They must be punished. Otherwise, the whole society will be disrupted. وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاتٌ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. For this worldly life and for discipline in this life and for, a system, a discipline, you need punishment also. You have to punish the culprits. Even the Prophet ﷺ, Rahmatan lil Alameen, he punished the culprits. He, gave the judgment and verdict that the hands of the thief be chopped off. He got, people who had committed adultery, a male and a female, both stoned to death by the orders of the Prophet ﷺ. Although he was all merciful, but punishments, hududullah, they have to be enforced. So there should be a balance between these things. What has come to me, it is from Allah. Actually, but whosoever is there in between, if he has done something, well, he is responsible and he will be punished if he has done something wrong. So that punishment or qisas, it is actually a part of the Sharia.